The first few days after returning were smooth enough. Micah's mother visited, but she kept her distance, perhaps realizing that any comment could reignite the flames she'd barely managed to extinguish before Lila's trip. Lila focused on Noah's routine. He started daycare again, full of stories about Grandpa's coconuts and Auntie's mango tree. Every night he'd ask, "When can we go back?" And Lila would smile softly and say, "One day, baby." Micah, surprisingly, helped more than she expected. He'd pick Noah up from daycare some evenings, and even cooked dinner twice that week. Small victories, but victories nonetheless. Lila didn't dare trust it, though. She'd learned that peace in Micah's family often came as a prelude to a storm, and sure enough, the storm was brewing. One evening, after Lila returned from her evening shift, she found Micah sitting in the living room staring blankly at the television, a game controller in his hand. He promised to watch Noah until she came home so she could finish her class after work. "You didn't finish the dishes?" she asked softly. He didn't answer. "I'll do them later." "Micah, I thought when you offered to help that you would do what was necessary for your son Noah. I'm working 2 jobs and..." He cut her off, his tone sharp. "You're always working, Lila. Maybe if you stayed home more with your son, like a regular mother, you wouldn't be so tired." Her chest tightened. "You know why I'm working, Micah. The bills don't pay themselves, and that is what happens when you are a single mother." He looked at her, frustration flashing in his eyes. "Maybe if you didn't spend so much time running off to your family, you would have life easier." That stung. Lila clenched her jaw, her pulse quickening. This is a man who barely helps with his own son and a mother-in-law who tries to control everything I do. Now I remember why we are not together. But inside, she was trembling. The following morning, Micah and his mother showed up unannounced. Lila was just getting ready to drop Noah at daycare when the doorbell rang. "Morning," she said stiffly, opening the door. Micah's mother stood there with a basket of fruit and that familiar look of condescending concern. "I came to see Noah. I heard you two were arguing last night." Lila froze. She wondered what they talked about, but she didn't have time to process this now. "You really shouldn't push him too hard, Lila. You know how sensitive he can be." Lila felt her patience slip again. He's a grown man, not a child. Her mother-in-law sighed, stepping inside. "He's still my son, and I'll always protect him." Noah ran out, his little backpack bouncing. "Grandma!" The older woman immediately scooped him up. "There's my boy!" Lila's irritation melted into worry. She didn't want Noah to see this tension, to feel caught between 2 worlds. The warmth of her love and the manipulative pull of his grandmother's control. "Sweetheart, we have to go. Let's go home." Micah's mother frowned. "Oh, let him stay with me for the day. I'll bring him back this evening." Lila hesitated. She'd just come back. The last thing she wanted was to restart that old tug of war. But before she could answer, Micah appeared behind his mother. "Let him go, Lila," he said quietly. "It'll give you a break." "Please," he interrupted. "Just this once." The pleading tone in his voice softened her resolve. Against her better judgment, she nodded. "Fine, but bring him back by 6. That one day turned into 3. Micah's mother claimed Noah had fallen asleep early, then that she wanted a little more time with him. Lila's calls went unanswered. When Micah finally picked up, he sounded tired. "Mom's just enjoying Noah," he said. "She says he's fine." "That's not the point," Lila snapped. "She's breaking the agreement, Micah. He's supposed to stay with me." "Don't start again, Lila. Start again?" "Micah, this isn't a game. He's our son." He hung up. That night, Lila couldn't sleep. She prayed. She cried. She paced the living room floor until dawn. The peace she'd worked so hard to maintain was slipping again, this time not because of anger, but exhaustion. On the fourth day, Lila decided enough was enough. She went to Micah's mother's house early in the morning, her heart pounding. The door opened before she could knock. Micah's mother looked startled. "Lila, what are you doing here?" "I came for my son." Noah's laughter echoed from inside. He came running to the door, wearing one of his grandmother's scarves as a cape. "Mommy!" Lila bent down, hugging him tightly. "Hey, my big boy, let's go home." But Micah's mother stepped between them. "He's comfortable here. Why rush him?" Lila stood tall, her eyes firm. "Because this is not your decision. You may be his grandmother, but I'm his mother." Micah appeared in the hallway, rubbing his eyes. "Mom, just let her take him." His mother looked shocked. "What did you say?" "I said, let her take him," he repeated more firmly. "He needs to be home with his mom." The silence that followed was heavy. Micah turned to Lila. "I'll pack his things." For the first time in months, Lila saw a glimpse of the man she once loved. Not perfect, not whole, but aware. Later that evening, after Noah was asleep, Lila sat on the couch, staring at the flickering candlelight. Micah was still at the apartment and was sitting across from her, fidgeting with his phone. "I didn't expect you to stand up to her," she admitted. He shrugged. "Neither did I." They both laughed softly, a rare, fragile sound. "You did the right thing," Lila said. "I'm trying," he replied quietly. "I know I've messed up a lot, but I'm trying to help you with Noah. I see how hard it is as a single mother." Lila wanted to believe him. But deep down, she knew peace wasn't something he could give her. It was something she had to protect herself. And she would. As she looked over at Noah sleeping peacefully in his room, she whispered a quiet prayer. "Lord, help me fight for peace without losing my grace. Help me raise my son in love, not fear." Outside, rain began to fall softly against the window. The storm was always nearby, but this time, Lila wasn't afraid. She was learning how to weather it, one prayer at a time. But little did she know, this battle for peace was only the beginning. There were still secrets unspoken, wounds unhealed, and as the days ahead unfolded, she would soon discover that sometimes peace comes not from avoiding storms, but from walking through them with unwavering faith. Stay tuned for the next episode of The Rise of Lila, The Return of the Tempest.